date, same fate. I'm gonna knock out Jake Paul.
Yeah?
Where's the first one?
Yeah.
All right,
You got ice on your chest?
You know where you are? You know what state you're in?
Yeah, California.
Okay. What city are you in?
Calabasas.
No way I would want to do that. Oh man, look at this.
Yo, paramedic.
Yeah.
Before we go,
Today we bring to you the story of how Jake Paul just got attacked by Mike Tyson after canceling the fight. Jake Paul is seen in brutal condition as he takes a punch straight in the face from Mike Tyson, who just one punch, and he's down for the count. You're probably thinking, wasn't the fight on the 20th of July? Yeah, well here's what happened. At a press conference in Dallas, Jake couldn't keep his mouth shut and told Tyson, "I'll bury you next to your daughter." Oh yeah, he went there. So Jake thought he could just walk away and have a nice dinner with his absolutely hilarious family. We all knew that as soon as Jake made the decision to mess around with Mike Tyson, his pitiful condition was certainly destined and written with a golden pen. But lying in bed from just one punch has left Jake's confidence and pride face down on the floor. Before we get into how bad Jake's condition is right now, let's dive into what made Tyson break the rules and shut Jake up so hard. The hot press conference at Madison Square Garden on May 20th, 2024 will certainly be remembered within the boxing circle. It was called to promote the big fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, scheduled for July 20th, 2024. Things, of course, went off the rails right from the start. You could tell this wasn't going to be your usual trash-talking session. Being the provocateur he is, Jake Paul turned it up another notch. Palpable tension was in the air, and his words clearly cut deep. He started with this bold promise. "My promise to the people is on July 20th. Mike will be put to sleep and he will feel my power. I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time." Not just trash talk. Folks, it was like a mouse giving a death threat to a lion. The room started buzzing, and Jake didn't stop there. He zeroed in on Tyson's heart by making very personal and offensive remarks about his family and the late trainer, Cus D'Amato. Jake crossed the ultimate line when he turned around and said, "Cus D'Amato's legend is overrated. He could not even protect his own. And there you are now, Mike. Isn't he supposed to make you invincible?" The room fell silent, and Tyson's face contorted in rage. Those words didn't sting. They ripped open old wounds. What had been a supercharged atmosphere was now even more so. Jake wouldn't relent, going as far as making fun of Tyson's deceased child. This went seriously over the line, and deep inside something had shifted. The air was electric. Everyone could tell something big was about to go down. "Even your own flesh and blood couldn't live under your shadow, Mike," Jake said. "What does that make you a father?" And then, in an instant, Tyson detonated. Anger and pain, like dynamite in his stare. The room, wall to wall with media and spectators, gasped. When I say Jake can't see with one eye or speak with his twisted jaw, you're probably wondering just how hard Tyson punched him. Well, I needn't explain the situation. It explained itself. Let me explain it vividly anyway. Tyson roared, charging across the stage as his fist became a blur, smashing into Jake's face with all the anger and pain he could possibly pack into the blow. The sound of Tyson's knuckles meeting Jake's face echoed throughout the room, which was followed by the collective gasp of the audience. The security came in right away, but it was too late to prevent the initial beating. It took a number of guards to pull Tyson away as he pulled at the chains binding him to get at Jake. The scene was a mixture of shouting and camera flashes, with everybody trying to restore some order. When everything had settled, there was Jake Paul, lying on the ground, looking like he'd been hit by a truck. That cocky smile was off his face, replaced by shock and pain. Blood from the cut above his eye streamed down, and his face was starting to balloon up. Some in the room said it was like seeing a flash of Tyson's brutal knockouts all over again. Even Max Kellerman, the great boxing commentator, ran out of words. Young, hopeful hero Jake now lies, bleeding and broken, and everything from his own doing. "Never have I seen anything escalate this quickly at a press event," Kellerman said. The boxing community reacted immediately to the incident. Evander Holyfield, Tyson's old rival but now friend, said, "Mike's temper is the stuff of legend, but this was a side of him I'd hoped was in the past. Jake Paul pushed him too far, and now we see the consequences." Jake's injuries weren't funny at all. He had multiple facial fractures, a broken nose, and his cheekbone shattered into pieces. The doctor said he would need surgery to correct all of that damage. His team released a statement which read, "Jake is recovering, but the extent of his injury means he will need time to heal. We are considering our options regarding the upcoming fight." The severity of the attack had immediate fallout. Soon, promoters and organizers began wondering if a fight on July 20th could still be viable. Tyson, however, didn't feel like apologizing. He just shrugged his shoulders and said, "He crossed the line. This is what happens." The boxing world lay in dishevelment. What should have been an exciting match became a real-life brawl with serious consequences. Jake Paul wanted to get under Tyson's skin. Well, boy, did he ever, even if not for the reasons he wanted. In the aftermath, it all left the boxing world stunned. Jake Paul, the upcoming fighter, now lay battered and broken, a victim of his careless mouth. What was hyped to be just a press conference erupted into a battlefield. What else could this Disney troublemaker do except grab his camera and show the world how much he is a victim? He took to social media to vent about his frustrations and show off his vulnerabilities. "We had to pay them a lot of money for no reason, and it just pisses me off," he ranted during a live stream, his voice shaking with a mix of anger and sadness, quite the change from the cocky attitude he had at the press conference. Then, to make things even juicier, Jake started claiming that he had fake injuries. He posted videos of himself with a cast and bandages, claiming to have become seriously hurt from the attack. But those claims quickly fell apart. He said in one video, "I dislodged my shoulder lifting up a gym boulder in one of my spars. It hurts, man. The doctor said I can't fight in this state." Yeah, because that sounds totally plausible. Lifting boulders in a sparring session. People were divided in their reactions. Some felt that Jake was just a victim of Tyson's uncontrollable rage. "Jake was out of line, but no one deserves to be beaten like that," tweeted one fan, capturing the feelings of those who thought Jake got more than he deserved. On the other hand, many in the boxing community and even fans sided with Tyson because Jake's big mouth earned him every punch he got. Jake Paul promptly retracted his statement, realizing how ridiculous it would be to fight a legend like Tyson, sports analyst Stephen A. Smith said. Most people in this camp felt Jake crossed a line and got what was coming to him. Jake's public outbursts and videos simmered the pot. His emotional outbursts over the case, already shady with respect to his injury claims, set people even more apart. Videos of Jake breaking down, obviously crying and frustrated, went viral. He said, "I don't know how this got so out of hand. I just wanted to hype the fight, not end up in the hospital." It all also exposed how much stress Jake was going through, pitted against a legend like Mike Tyson. With all his cocky talking in public, facing him made him crack under pressure. His emotional breakdown did show the side of him which nobody has ever seen, which made things all the more complicated for the YouTube star-turned-boxer. The fans went on and on for days regarding the event on social media and in sports news. Some described the antics as mere hype for the fight, while others believed the tactics were reckless and disrespectful. It clearly drew a line between what is hype and what is hostile, and in fact, the real-life results that come from crossing that line in professional boxing. Did you really believe that Tyson would let Jake Paul get away with making up those ridiculous accusations? There was no way. All of this didn't take Tyson a second, as he wasn't going to lose time to call Jake out on his fake injury claims. "You see that stunt he pulled on y'all with the cast and bandages? They were all fake," Tyson said. Things took another interesting turn when people began to spot Jake Paul out and about, acting just fine only a few days after the so-called incident. People spotted Jake at a very famous bowling alley in Los Angeles. Eyewitnesses said he was using the same hand that he claimed he hurt. He was spotted bowling a few days ago using the same hand he showed on the screen to you all for bowling, Tyson pointed out, outlining what everyone could consider an obvious inconsistency. The media seized upon these inconsistencies and ran with them like a dog with a bone, their headlines questioning the veracity of Jake's injuries. Tyson's continued crusade to out Jake as a coward became the story. "This kid crossed every limit. I was forced to do something," Tyson said in his defense, wanting to make it very clear that Jake's antics were not just disrespectful, but dangerous as well. Tyson's accusations gained more weight when Jake was seen out at a friend's party, engaging in activities that seemed pretty impossible if he were truly injured. Sightings like this make the claims of Tyson even more believable and slowly start to turn public opinion. Of course, the media couldn't get enough of this drama. Sports analysts and commentators picked apart every new piece of info, creating a storm of speculation and debate. Some big boxing names weighed in on the bout, coming mostly to the defense of Tyson. Former heavyweight champ Lennox Lewis said, "If he is really hurt, why is he out there? That doesn't add up." And boxing trainer Freddie Roach chimes in, "Tyson's reaction was over the top, but Jake's actions make it hard to feel sorry for him." Despite all Jake's pleading and effort to evoke some sympathy, Tyson's side seemed to be coming out on top. With every new spotting or evidence, doubts began to fall on the veracity of Jake's version regarding his injuries. The whole saga was a big lesson for Jake Paul about messing with the professional world of boxing. What was a very calculated attempt by Jake to reveal Mike Tyson's weakness went horribly wrong, exposing not only the truth about his fake injuries, but also that when it comes to challenging a living legend, there is a price to pay. As drama unfolded, people reminded themselves why Mike Tyson is and forever will be a heavyweight icon. In the end, it was crystal clear that Jake Paul's last decision to try and fight Tyson wasn't stupid. It was a total disaster. This whole story, from the press conference to the fake injuries and public sightings, is just proof that respect and honor are the real currency one has to have in their pocket while participating in boxing sports or even in life itself. Thank you for joining us as we come to the end of Jake Paul just got attacked by Mike Tyson. After canceling the fight, like, share, and do not forget to hit the bell button for a more interesting story. Goodbye.